Good morning. It's Wednesday, November 9th. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell, Strategic Enrollment and Social Media Manager here at Houston Community College. I'm joined by my co-host, who is Dr. Amy Tan, the Dean of HCC's English and Communications Department. And she's going to kick things off by telling us how to find Up to the Minute online.
Good morning, Sade. Good morning, everyone. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m., and that's Monday through Friday.
Thank you so much for that, Amy. Well, today is Small Business Wednesday, and we are going to be featuring an HCC Business Plan Competition alum who will discuss how he has created an app that allows customers to spend and pay off debt at the same time. Joining us to talk about that is Kiley Summers. Good morning, Kiley.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you. Nakia is going to interview you in just a moment. But first, we are going to kick things off by congratulating the man who is officially taking the helm of the Change Your Life for $20 campaign or program, Welcoming back to the show, Nakia Edwards, who is now serving as the Executive Director of our HCC Adult Education and Literacy Division. Good morning, Nakia.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And good morning.
Well, welcome back. Let's begin by congratulating you again on your new title, but it's certainly not a new job to you. You've been in the adult literacy game for a long time, huh?
Yes, I came over here to Houston Community College in 2017 as a program director, and in January assumed the interim status of the executive director position to kind of take the lead as they did a nationwide search.
All right, nationwide, and we got Nakia, the best fit. We are excited for you. And many, we push a lot of programs, over 200 programs here at HCC, and many may not realize that so many people at HCC start in the adult education, adult literacy program, but the name may confuse people beyond getting a GED. So tell us a little bit about all that you all offer.
Yeah, so the Adult Education Department houses many different programs. We do ESL classes, we do adult high school, we do Career4U Academy, we do GED, we do the TSI Prep Boot Camp, and one of our new initiatives is the RISE program, and that deals with a special population, which is coming from the Corrections Department. RISE is an acronym for Raising Individual Success Through Education.
Oh, awesome. I didn't realize that the corrections program fell under the adult literacy or adult education department. And you mentioned ESL. Tell us a little bit about that program.
Right. Our ESL program is focused on getting people who who want to learn the language of English and really strengthen their skill sets in doing so. We have multiple levels that they can reach. They're taught reading, listening, speaking, and writing, and on three different levels: beginning, intermediate, and advanced. It's an awesome opportunity for them to kind of get into our programs. It is a program that is under our Change Your Life $20 marketing campaign. So they pay $20 per semester. They go through our registration process, get enrolled into a class, and start learning the language of English.
So let's run that back real quick for those who may have missed it. So if you are looking to start off your educational journey by first learning how to either learning English or improve your English, it's $20 a semester.
Right. It's a great marketing campaign. We are a 100% grant funded program that is grant funds coming from the Texas Workforce Commission, and it allows us to really kind of fund for students in their starting point. And like you said earlier, these students are great feeders into our HCC system. And so what we try to do is get them prepped and ready and get them into some of the classes that we have, and then even offer some of our level 1 certificates that we also provide scholarships that we'll talk about a little later.
And this may be often a question for our ESL learners. Does citizenship status play any role in them being able to qualify for the $20 campaign that's funded by a grant?
It does. So some of the visas that we accept is really very unique to each situation, and each situation we kind of handle accordingly. But yes, you can have a degree. Because we take students with degrees from other countries. We take those with maybe citizenship from other countries as well. But our main point is really student success and getting them into the point where they can take classes at a comfortable level. Because it's all about comfortability when we're talking about ESL learners.
Okay. And another program that falls under the $20 Change Your Life initiative campaign. I'm not sure the right exact word, but it's an awesome opportunity. The Career4U Academy, and that's kind of what everyone associates the Change Your Life for $20 with. What does that entail?
Yeah, so the Career4U Academy is a program that offers scholarships to level 1 certificates. The Career4U Academy was kind of birthed with the intent of having 5 focused areas, which is in the Houston area, the Business Academy, the Construction Academy, the IT Academy, the Healthcare Academy, and then the Transportation Academy, and the Manufacturing Academy. So that's those 5 different areas. In those 5 areas, we have several different trainings under those different academies. So each, say under the Business Academy, you'll have, business office administration, or under construction, you'll have HVAC, you'll have welding, you have plumbing. So each academy houses about 3 to 6 different trainings that we provide scholarships for. So that's tuition, books, and then some supplies. So that opportunity is amazing because these particular trainings can cost up to $3,000 per student. And that's all inclusive. So we're taking care of tuition, we're taking care of their books, and then some supplies as well. And then in addition to that, if it comes with a certification, we take care of that as well. So that's all covered by the $20 Change Your Life for $20, because it's never too late. So we try to cover it all and make sure we're providing an opportunity for the students to really elevate in there and create pathways into either a career or advancement into our associate's program here at Houston Community College. All
right, Nakia, come on, props in the background. Well, for those who may just be joining us, we've been discussing a couple of different entry points and pathways into our adult education program. Certainly a lot of students start off with the GED program to get their, I forget what HE, their high school equivalent. And the Career4U Academy that has level 1 certifications to get people into the workforce. And we talked about English as a second language, amazing opportunities, big opportunities around funding, and very incredibly low cost options to start your educational journey here at HCC. And speaking of which, spring enrollment opened on Monday. And what do you all have planned for helping students and removing enrollment barriers and getting them in class in time for spring?
Right. And so one of the things that we launched due to the pandemic was a Zoom lobby. So our Zoom lobby is open to speak to live staff that are hours that are kind of throughout the day, 8 to 5. They do take a break in midday, but then kind of continue on through the afternoon. But in addition to that, we have orientations throughout all weeks. I think every week we have some type of orientation throughout the city. And our orientation are not only in person, but they're also offered online. But we're trying to make sure we're catering to all students, to make sure we're bringing students in and we're filling these seats to make sure that we're trying to reach this student success with all of them. The interesting thing about it is that we have application sessions, we have testing sessions, anything that'll help the students to get to where they need to be. It's interesting because our students, there is a digital divide, right? There's a digital gap that the whole pandemic has brought face to. And so what we did was we answered the call by starting digital literacy classes. So that is also funded through the Change Your Life for $20 program, where we actually did a class with AARP with the elderly workforce trying to re-enter into the workforce. And so we hosted a class for digital literacy for AARP, which is a huge success and very, very great results out of it.
And I mean, I have enjoyed hearing about your intentionality in the program and removing enrollment barriers, language barriers, technology barriers to get people started on reaching their goals. Thank you so much, Nakia, for joining the show. Nakia Edwards is a new executive director of our HCC Adult Education and Literacy Program. If you are interested in enrollment, spring enrollment is open, and we'll have information posted after the show about how to get in touch with the department. And I'm going to kick it over to Amy.
Thank you, Sade.
Thank you.
And thank you, Sade. We're going to move on to Kiley Summers, who's the founder, CEO, SpenDebt, and HCC Business Plan Competition winner. Thanks for joining us again, Kiley.
Thank you. I appreciate being here and looking forward to this conversation.
Fantastic. Let's begin with a brief description of your company.
Yes, SpenDebt, we are on a mission to help save 1 million families from financial fatalities every time they swipe their debit card or have a banking transaction. Essentially, SpenDebt deducts micropayments every time you have a daily transaction. And so we'll help you pay a debt as you're just going about your everyday leisure, buying that favorite cup of coffee or buying gas. We want to make sure those are behavioral and purposeful transactions to support you working and supporting your financial health goals.
That sounds amazing. That reminds me of, if you're at the grocery store and you want to add a little extra to support a charity. So what a great idea.
Thank you.
Well, and what led you to become an entrepreneur?
To be honest with you, I didn't intend on being an entrepreneur. But after going to school, getting a degree, working 10 years as a manufacturing engineer, and in 2014, I lost my dad to a massive stroke. Just kind of was a culmination. It was just, everything just hit me at once. Like, what do I want to do? And so I wanted to really do something more meaningful. Initially, I started to build a in-home healthcare business to support other families and give them the support to support their loved ones as they were going through their unexpected life incidents. But at the same time, my wife and I was becoming debt free, and God planted this idea of helping people spend money and pay off debt to help others. And we had to prioritize which company to follow, and we began to follow SpenDebt, and that's what we're continuing to do.
It's a beautiful story. Why did you enter the HCC Business Plan Competition, and how did it help you?
I think we entered it because it's all about continuous education. I mean, still to this day, you can never know everything about business, about life, just about the subject of financial services, right? And so it was a way for us to continue to learn, gain and earn business acumen, and attract mentors, supporters, and partners. Those are some of the high level reasons why we wanted to be a part of HCC. And I heard about it through Sandra Louvier as I was participating in the Liftoff Business Plan Competition hosted by the City of Houston. So I'm just grateful for Sandra reaching out and saying, hey, have you heard of HCC Business Plan Competition? If not, you should apply. And so we did, and here we are.
And you won. Right?
The details, you tell it, Amy. Absolutely, we won. We definitely won. We won second place. Received a check for $8,000, and what a time to be alive. And I'm grateful for my HCC family, and it's been a great ride.
Well, it is a fun competition to be a part of. I've been able to participate every now and then as a judge, and it's just thrilling and so inspirational to see what the contestants bring to the table and how much you grow during the process. It is really wonderful to be a part of it. Well,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about what's happened since then. How have you evolved the concept over the years, and how did you make it through the pandemic?
Woo, that's a loaded question. A loaded
big
question. So, man, we have done a lot. I think when we were participating in the HCC Business Plan competition, we were really focused on just launching and trying to get to launch. The platform really started off as, hey, we're going to help people pay student loan debts. But by the end of that year, we was paying all consumer debts. So that finished in 2018. 2019, we commercialized the beta that we launched. In 2020, absolutely, the pandemic hit and it shocked everybody. And so we were just trying to figure out, how do we get to critical mass? How do we get our platform into the hands of more people and get exposure? And so we decided, hey, how do we open up a business to business application for SpenDebt? And so we wanted to use our technologies to help companies improve their accounts receivables. And so we pitched the idea in 21 to MasterCard. They liked what we were doing, and they ended up funding our go-to-market strategy and helped us with some sales assets. And this past summer, we launched our B2B strategy. And so now we're supporting companies with our technology, and that's how we've been able to keep pushing and keep moving. It's all about reinventing yourself as an entrepreneur and not staying stagnant. And it's the inevitable pivot. You have to continue to move. It's not that the business is dying. It's not that you can't continue to do other things, but you got to just keep it fresh and keep renewing. So that's what we was able to do.
Yeah, you're giving me chills right now. And I'm just thinking back to where you started, right? That there was a moment where you were reevaluating and recreating and redefining. So it's your story is just incredible. Tell us a little bit about the past 5 years. You've been able to raise money, sustain, and evolve SpenDebt via pitch competitions and accelerators.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna start this off. This is not a light topic for Black founders, and I'm just gonna keep it 100, as the young folks say. According to Cape4 Capital, in February 2020 to February 2021, there was 11,790 companies invested in. Of those companies, $288 billion with a B received those investment dollars. Unfortunately, only 222 were Black. That's 1.3% companies. And so, when we think about this day and age in 2022, it's all about diversity, inclusion, and equity. But we can see that the numbers don't speak the same. And so for a founder, trying to launch a fintech company or any technology company, for that matter, its capital is needed. And so, for those last 5 years, we've had less than $500,000 to grow our company. And that's nothing compared to the numbers I just gave you. And so we've just been able to, be fortunate enough to win pitch competitions, right? It's one thing to get in, but to win them, it's a whole nother thing. And so we've just been fortunate. And then that's been our strategy to raise capital. It's not the best strategy, but it has worked for us. And so we're just grateful that we've been able to position ourselves and pitch for wins and for to get in accelerators to help continue our progress. But it's a lot more work that needs to be done to support all founders of color in order to help them sustain and scale and grow their business.
Yeah, Kiley, really appreciate you telling it like it is here on Up to the Minute. We're here to share the truth. So thank you for being here and sharing all of that. We have one more question. You've also gotten into some very important work in recent years regarding diversity and inclusion. Tell us about the Diversity Fund Houston.
Yeah, Diversity Fund Houston is a micro venture fund really looking to invest in Black and brown founders to friends and family around, right? And so being a founder myself, I understand the importance of the capital, as I just mentioned in the previous question. It was, it's through my pain and my experience as a founder that we wanted to launch a fund and to be able to support, to founders in a way that is impactful, is meaningful, and allow them to chase their ideas and to create generational wealth, really closing the racial wealth gap. And so I just bring a founder's perspective, really serving as the founder or the entrepreneur in residence to the fund. But we have a great team with Philip, Tiffany, and we just brought on a new partner, Robert. So we're excited about the fund, and we're raising a fund, and so we can begin to write checks and support founders of color that are launching technology business. So everybody needs to be hands-on here, because it's going to take more than just one fund to support founders. As we know, the racial wealth gap is large, and we need to close it.
Again, taking your business to the next level, evolving. Your journey is really about redefining and evolving, and we really appreciate you coming to tell your story. I have to give a shout out to Tiffany Williams. She's we were in Leadership Houston together, best class ever, class 38. Just have to throw that out there. So it's wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you so much, Kiley Summers, founder, CEO of SpenDebt, also HCC Business Plan Competition winner, and our Small Business Wednesday guest. We'll have all of the info in our post after the show.
What a great interview. I remember seeing something very early on when he was in the program. I know Tiffany too. I've taken some of her video courses as well. And I know I think she used to be a professor as well at a university. So great interview. Great. I just love hearing about the reason behind why entrepreneurs is solving problems. And even in his journey of solving his own problems, he recognized that his community needed funding opportunities, and that group that is together that is focusing on that. We want to see more of it. So great interview. Loved hearing about that. If I just add my 2 cents for a second. But as we always wrap out with our news, events, and announcement, and kind of on the same topic of DEI initiatives, our first announcement is the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Professional Development Training announcement. Dr. Donna Davis, who is our DEI officer, is hosting the 2nd annual WebEx Professional Development Training and Certificate Program series with morning and afternoon sessions. Coming up on the roster for the training, Anti-Racism, a Cross-Cultural Dialogue. There will be a morning session at 10:30 a.m. to noon on Monday, November 15th on WebEx, and also an afternoon session from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Monday, November 15th. More information will be posted after the show for faculty and staff who want to sign up.
Yes, I always am excited to see programming from Dr. Davis. Next up, we have On the Edge Student Choreography Showcase. HC Central will present a student-produced dance concert featuring student choreographed works called it's led by faculty member Maggie Lasher. Oh, and I'm sorry.
Well, tell us what it is, Amy. Let them know.
That's going to be 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, November 16th. That will be again at HCC Central's Heinen Theater. It's free. Reservations are not required, but encouraged, and you can find the info in the post.
All right. For those that don't know, November is National Scholarship Month. So this announcement is right on cue. There's an opportunity for a scholarship through our HCC Reading Culture Contest that features a focus on the country, Ecuador. Students looking for a chance to win a scholarship while learning about a new culture can check out Ecuador and the inheritance of Orquídea Divina. butchered that, but not a native Spanish speaker. So apologies. 3 scholarships are available. The grand prize is for $1,000. Outstanding essay is for $500, and outstanding project for $500. Essentially, the essence is that you all are reading that book, the book, the title that I just butchered, and attending events and completing projects and essays for a scholarship opportunity that will be due on November 28th. Check out our post after the show for more details.
Excellent. And our Southwest Faculty Exhibition opens. HCC will feature a recent collection of artworks from West Loop and Stafford faculty at this special exhibition that will be through Friday, December 2nd at HC Southwest West Loop Gallery. Registration is not necessary, but if you need more info, we'll have an email in our post after the show.
All right, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit for something that I've touched on, but now I need to sit with and drive home. Spring 2023 registration is now open. Crazy that we have to say 2023, but it is open. And late start fall registration is ongoing. But if we focus on spring registration for a second, there are multiple spring sessions as well as the winter mini session. Many don't know that our winter mini session, you enroll for the spring term. It starts in December. The spring course schedule has in-person and online courses, with courses that start from December till April 2023. So we enroll year-round here. For those that don't know and are wondering when they can get their start, we talked about online and in-person courses, couple just different formats that match your learning style, whether you prefer learning online with no instruction, more self-paced, or online on a schedule that offers online lectures, a mix of online and in-person, which is our hybrid courses, or our traditional in-person courses with face-to-face learning. To learn more about HCC's programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, please visit hccs.edu/apply. And as we spotlight November as National Native American Heritage Month, we welcome an HCC anthropology professor to talk about a wide array of cultural points to including the Indian Child Welfare Act to the upcoming Traders Village powwow. And it's also National Novel Writing Month, when Fort Bend Library will feature several novelists, one of whom will join us tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of Up to the Minute. We will see you next time.